You're on SSRIs, but you're still gonna kill yourself. And so after dealing with SH and ODing on painkillers stolen from my dad, here are the 6 habits that will get you off SSRIs, meaning you won't wanna kill yourself. I've helped a ton of people fix their mental health, including my own. And so with these 6 habits, you will get to a point where you actually love your life to the point where you don't want to die. The first habit is to never get too comfortable. When you finally feel decent, everything always crashes down and then you want to die again. And the reason this happens is because there are these tiny micro cuts that eventually lead you to feeling like shit. You never randomly wake up and decide, okay, today I'm gonna cut myself and also debate whether or not I should kill myself. You first wake up and then go on your phone and scroll for a bit. Then you turn on your computer and convince yourself that today you're just gonna play a little bit of games, nothing too serious. You'll get off after an hour and do the work that you have to do. Then you keep dying in that game until you crash out and start beating your meat. Then after you relapsed on porn again, you go back to video games because, okay, well, now you kind of fucked up your whole day, so you might as well continue playing games. Then your parents shout at you to get off, which you do, but you go on your phone and start scrolling shorts instead. Then you tell yourself that you'll stop scrolling until 8 p.m. and you'll actually go to sleep on time, so it's nothing to worry about. But then somehow it's 2 a.m. and you realize that you hate yourself, you want to kill yourself, and there's no point in your existence. You started the day with something that resembled a greater addiction in your life. You never wake up thinking, I'm gonna goon for 4 hours straight right now, and then after I'm done, I'm gonna cut my wrists. You never think that. That only happens after you give in to those small micro cuts, those small addictions that you allow yourself to act on. You let those habits slide. And so because they're really easy to let them slide, because they don't seem that bad at first, those small things always scale into something bigger, like getting high for the 100th time, like cutting your wrist for the 100th time. But because they're so easy to allow, because they don't seem that bad at first, they're really easy to resist, but that also means they're really easy to let them slide again. So never get comfortable. Never let those small micro cuts ever slide. Do not let them slide. Don't get comfortable. Don't be like, oh, going on my phone when I wake up is fine. It doesn't seem that bad. Yes, it fucking is, because it's going to escalate into you feeling like shit. The second habit strengthens habit 1, and that is to track your thoughts. The reason you keep debating about killing yourself all the time is because you always let those small little addictions slide, which leads you to becoming a generational massive failure. But if you had something like immigration, something like a border patrol in your head for those small micro cuts, that should give you enough resistance to be like, okay, wait, this is a micro cut. I won't let this thoughts enter my brain because I know it'll escalate into something bad. If you had that immigration, you wouldn't be acting on those small, minor addictions that make you feel like shit. So by physically having a pen in your pocket and marking your hand every time you think about one of those small addictions that you know will escalate into a generational failure, you will prevent yourself from acting on those thoughts because you're tracking them down, you're marking down what that thought is, almost like immigration. Like, okay, this is an immigrant thought. We don't want this bitch ass thought in our head. Get that thought out of here. We don't want to escalate into something big, so let's resist it. By you tracking down your thoughts with a pen, marking your hand, you prevent yourself from acting on those thoughts automatically, unintentionally. And don't get comfortable. As soon as you stop tracking your thoughts, you will notice that you automatically start acting on those same minor addictions, which always leads you to being a greater failure to the point where you consider suicide as an option, which makes you go on SSRIs. Don't get comfortable, track your thoughts, and never stop. Always have a pen in your pocket to track down those small intrusive thoughts. But when you do find yourself at a point where everything is shit, where you want to kill yourself and you hate everything, do habit number 3, which is to make a comeback. When you take all the hatred you feel for yourself and use it to do all of the work that you were procrastinating on, at the end of your day, before you go to sleep, no matter if it's 2 a.m., your self-worth, your pride in yourself will be saved. When you make a comeback, you save yourself from digging a deeper hole for yourself. You save yourself from that rut. You break the cycle of depression, of failure, and that gives you the opportunity to get out. When you take all of that self-hatred for yourself, use it to do literally every single piece of work that you know you had to do for yourself, like gym, like business work, like schoolwork, like cleaning your house. If you do everything that you know you had to do, and you do it in the span of like 30 minutes before you go to sleep after you fucked up your day and you want to kill yourself, you save yourself, you save your progress because you actually feel proud of yourself. You actually feel like you did something with your life and it feels like you haven't actually lost anything. And so you should keep on living to continue making progress in life, which is the opposite of wanting to kill yourself. And that is huge because once you make that comeback and you actually feel proud of yourself for once, you are much more likely to not get comfortable, not indulge in those small micro distractions that distract you from reality, and you're much more likely to put in work towards stuff that actually matters to you. You're much more likely to do that because now you know how good you actually feel once you're proud of yourself. And that means that what's even better than making a comeback from a depressive episode is you developing an ungodly work ethic towards fitness, health, and entrepreneurship. Think about it. If you were so locked in on the habit of entrepreneurship, on health, on fitness, your life would be amazing. If you had clear skin, if you had that dream body, you wouldn't be vomiting at the sight of yourself in the mirror. If you were good at entrepreneurship, you wouldn't be crying on the way to work. If you were good at those 3 habits, you would love your life. You wouldn't be crying yourself to sleep because your life would be good if you managed to lock in on those 3 habits. It doesn't matter if you have a dopamine or serotonin issue in your head, which requires you to be on SSRIs because they're only fucked up because of the stimulation that you indulge in to try and escape the fact that you're not good at those 3 habits. Instead of being good at the habit of gym, you got good at the habit of playing video games. Instead of being good at the habit of eating clean, you got good at the habit of drinking alcohol. So these last 3 habits, locking in on fitness, locking in on health with a clean diet, locking in on entrepreneurship to escape the shit job that makes you want to kill yourself, the shit job that requires you to be on the train for 2 hours every day. If you go all in on those 3 habits, you will literally love your life to a point where you don't want to kill yourself. You would want to make the most out of your current life, which is fucking amazing. And so here's an actionable step so you don't continue living in this cycle of feeling fine, then failing, then wanting to kill yourself, then going to therapy and taking SSRIs, then feeling fine again, and then failing, and then repeating the fucking depressive cycle until you kill yourself. Here's how to escape that with this actionable step. Right now, get up from your bed, even if it's 2 a.m., and then do the things that you know would make you like your life. You feeling like shit is the whole reason why you were able to watch this whole video to the end. And so it also means that you're capable, you have enough emotion to break out of this cycle of failure. Use the disappointment, the hatred, the suicidal thoughts in your head to get up and make a comeback. Do all of those things that you know you had to do. Do you have school? Complete all of your schoolwork. Have you ever thought about starting a business? Just fucking start one. Make a free local website for an e-commerce store. Like, just do something that resembles those habits that would improve your life. The idea isn't to succeed in these things. The idea is to break the cycle, break the loop of waking up, automatically indulging in those small things that don't seem bad at first, but always escalate into something bigger. Break out of that cycle by making a comeback. Do everything that you know you have to do. Fitness, drop down and do a quick 30-minute workout to complete failure. Finish that project that you have for work. Like, just do all the work that you know you had to do so you can actually feel proud of yourself and not want to kill yourself, basically. And if you want me to help you become that ideal version of yourself, not to where you feel like fine, but where you actually are good at life, where you're good at those habits to where you like yourself, DM me on Discord and I can get you to that point in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, I'm recording this on June 25th, so July 8th, you can have all of these habits solidified in your life, which would result in you actually liking your life. I've done it before with a bunch of people, and if you want me to do the same for you, just DM me on Discord.